Greetings everyone, it's Devon here from London, coming back with another video. As some of you will see, that video that I made a bit earlier with that person who was smearing me all over social media in order to stop the campaign from rising, they've obviously flagged up the video because this is how they work. Basically, what they do is they send in these armchair warriors. When they see us rising, this is the UK I'm talking about, they send in people to infiltrate groups, especially when it comes to victims. When they see us connecting with one another, what they'll do is they'll send in people, especially if we try to do a campaign like we are doing. And I want to show you how much effectiveness this campaign has been in a really short space of time. Okay, now, as many of you know, I'm being shadow banned all over the place. I'm blocked off Facebook. I'm blocked of many social media platforms. I'm actually on Twitter. I'm being shadow banned. On YouTube, I'm being shadow banned. And now, because I've exposed a nasty, devious little plot to break, to basically break up what we were doing and what we are doing, which is rising up as a humanity. Now, a lot of the people who are part of this campaign are targeted individuals like myself. I've been targeted for 15 years. Most of you already know that. Now, there's a lot of evidence about that. I'm not even going to waste your time talking about that because anybody who watches my videos already knows the facts, because I'm somebody that deals with the law and I deal with facts. Okay, so if for newbies, anybody who's newly coming onto my channel, if you want to see videos of evidence of my case, my horrific case for 15 years, which is being gang stalked, being targeted by members of the mainstream media who stole my intellectual property and basically have waged war against me because I want to be credited and paid for my work. It's that simple. And what these people have done to me and are doing to others is off the charts evil. Now they know this. They know this and they're watching us rising. So what they do, they send in people to smear. These people have already been employed, deployed amongst us. There's a lot of people that will smile in your face and they'll make it look like they're your friend, but they're not your friend. They're two-faced backstabbers, okay? You need to understand the game that is being played here, okay? Not everybody out there is who they say they are. That's why I come on camera. Now, this person who was smearing me, she had a mask on, number one, and she obviously was not using her real name. I don't wear no mask, and I come on here with my real name. That's my real name. I show you that I'm in court. I show you evidence of who I am. Now, these people, what they do, they don't have no face, no identity, and they go around and they whisper in all different camps, and they'll tell people that you said this and you said that. You know, they told one victim, Ambrose's mother, Ambrose died in the UK, and basically what happened was I went on Romola D's show. Was it Wednesday, Thursday? Okay. Immediately as I got off that show, immediately I did the part 2, which was showing the successes that we've been having with the campaign, because on the same day we officially launched it, the US took out 7 of the satellites in the UK. Now you have to understand that it's the UK who are running the global targeting campaign on an industrial scale. It's the UK who are behind it, okay? So what happened was, mine is a truth that they do not want you to know because it's connected to 7/7 bombings, it's connected to Charlie Hebdo, it's connected to the Libor scandal, it's connected to Boston, it's connected to Grenfell Tower. They don't want my case becoming known anywhere. Okay, so what they rely on is that they can deceive you. They look for weaknesses and they look for people who are vulnerable and weak. Now, many of the targeted individuals are vulnerable and they are weak because they've been brutalized. We've been brutalized, okay? But I'm a very strong character, okay? And as I said to people, I'm tuned into the Most High, okay? And that's where I get my strength. And also the people that have been murdered wrongly, they give me strength to stop this evil, okay? So we've been running this campaign, no more abuse and no more evil, to shut it down. That's the whole premise of the campaign. We don't want to live with abuse and we don't want to live with evil anymore. We want to shut down all targeting programs all around the world, okay? This is not about me. The campaign's not about me. It's about everybody united as individuals, okay? As individuals. So what happened was, when I came off Ramola's show, Ramola D Reports, immediately it started, okay? Because I was showing people that we're having an effect. 7 satellites have been taken down by US military. That's what the report said. If you look at part 2 of my report with Ramola D, I show it there. I'm not going to show it again now. Just go back and look at that video. I think it's maybe about, well, it'd be 2 videos away from this one now, because the one that I just did has been removed. Okay. Now, the other thing was one newspaper folded called Scottish Herald. It had been running for 19 years. Now, if you recall, in my case, is the Scottish TV. That's where Helen Alexander, who was previously in the BBC, and she's part of Jimmy Savile's Satanic crime ring. Okay, she was previously at the BBC, and when she met me, she had already moved to Scottish TV. Okay, they changed their name to Scottish TV. It was Scottish Media Groups. Now, an associated newspaper, the Scottish Herald, folded on the 4th of September. Okay, that's a few days ago. So I want to just keep you updated on what the progress is of our campaign. Now, what we have the UK is now running a campaign about stalking. It's featured by the Sun newspaper, and Shane Gibbs from TITV, he flagged it up. He did a report. If you go to Shane Gibbs' channel on YouTube, Shane Gibbs, targeted individual, he did a report on what is happening. I'm not aware whether or not Shane is aware that we got this campaign running. He knows that I was going to do it and that I had been doing it on my own, but I don't think he's realized that so many more people have come on board now. Now, the numbers that we have is very difficult to determine, because most of us are being shadow banned, okay? So it's very, very hard to know how many people are, but every day there's more people coming on board, and I love you all for that. Thank you so much for joining the campaign. As I said before, it's not about me, it's about every single one of us that is sick of the evil, nasty, filthy, corrupt system we have, that thinks that they can murder people, stalk people, target people, rob and pillage and get away with it, okay? Do false flag after false flag after false flag. Do weather modification, okay, whereby we're seeing all these atrocities taking place. This is what we've got going on. We've got psychopaths. We've got psychopaths who've occupied positions of power. The mainstream media, that's globally, not just in the UK, because this crime ring, they operate globally, okay? So they've got their people in every single position. We had Mark Thompson, who was in Channel 4 when I was targeted. Then he moved to BBC, and from BBC, now he's in New York Times. So this is how they move. All of these people, they move from one place to another, and they've got people in every single country in a position as a gatekeeper, Okay, this is how this crime syndicate, it's a crime syndicate, it's a crime network. Now I'm going to show you some videos as resources that you need to watch so that you can get quickly up to speed of what is really taking place. But I also want to give you a breakdown of what's happening with this situation. Now, obviously, people brought it to my attention that there were people smearing me because of the campaign. Now, I was sent from various people, and I actually only showed 2 links. I didn't show all of the links that I've been shown I received, but there were many, 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 many more. This person was going around from person to person and doing Chinese whispers, and she was telling people that I didn't want to help them and this, that, and the other. And she was basically trying to put me in the camp of people that I have absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with. Nothing whatsoever to do with. Okay, she tried to lump me in with other people in order to get away with trying to divide and conquer. This is how they work. This is how they work. They like to divide and conquer, especially when you got big cases. Now, I came off Ramola's show after exposing a case from somebody called Tony Lovell, who's on Twitter, and it had been brought to my attention that day or the day before. It was very, very recent anyway, about her case where her son has been killed and there's a cover up around her son. Okay, Ambrose Ball. Okay, so I basically only had just heard about it, so I was talking about it on Ramola's show, because this is not just about my case. There's so many cover-ups. There's Brian Harvey, that's another cover-up. Okay, so obviously some of you know that I made a thank you video for Brian Harvey, because the criminals in his case are part of the same crime syndicate. They're connected to Rupert Murdoch, and they run the mainstream media with Murdoch. So when I saw him exposing what he was exposing, I was like, wow, there's somebody else. I know there's loads of us, but people are only coming forward bit by bit by bit because the level of evil that these people are doing. And this is what they're using as a tool to keep us all suppressed and keep our voices silenced. This is the mechanisms that they're using. They're using domestic terror. Now, you have to also be very much on red alert, because as we are rising, these people will pull off another false flag. They'll make it look like it's a hurricane or some weather atrocity. They'll make it look like it's the sun that is made fires everywhere, and we know it's directed energy weapons, DEWs. Okay, we know the mechanisms that these people are using. They do false flag after false flag because they don't want their system of evil to come to an end. It's a system of evil. It's a system of abuse run by absolute psychopaths. Some of these people are fascists, they're racist, they're satanic, they're Luciferian, they're wicked people. And they don't see in their mind why they shouldn't continue abusing us, okay? And the more we expose it, the more they feel they have to abuse in order to try to make us our voices silent. They're trying to put us in a state of fear so that we don't rise up with our voices, but we can't let that run. Okay, but the thing is, we're being heard. We're being heard. We're not where we want to be yet, but we're being heard. And I want to show you evidence that this campaign is having wonderful effects. They're hearing us, okay? And they're trying to do lip service. This is what they do. So let me show you what what Shane Gibbs flagged up. And I'll show you some other evidence just to show you what's going on. Okay. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is what is going on here really, okay? Well, what you have to understand is that there's something called the 77th Brigade, which was created, which comes from the UK. And it says 77th Brigade is a British Army formation created in January 2015, being renamed the Security Assistance Group. Now, we know that with the targeting operation, they're using private security companies to carry out the atrocities. That means to gang stalk people. That means to go into infiltrate people's houses where they live, where we live. Okay. It means basically when you're targeted, they'll infiltrate your whole life. Now, what they've obviously anticipated, because they've blocked every single department whereby we will be able to go for justice. So that means if we go to the police do not carry out any investigations. They basically close your file and they'll put on your file, even if you give them hard evidence of what's going on, they'll basically call you a fantasist or a nutter or whatever. They'll smear your name. That's all part of the whole process of keeping a lid on what is a horrific crime against humanity. Okay, this is horrific crimes of gang stalking, individuals who are innocent, who have done nothing, who are either whistleblowers, they're victims of crimes but carried out by these corrupt satanic corporations. They are people who have witnessed something, people whose family has been involved in some form of crime or atrocities. Basically, we're talking about they're basically containing and stage managing how victims' voices are silenced, okay? Because they know what they're doing is against the Geneva Convention. It's a horrendous crime against humanity. Now, for 15 years, I've lived with this brutality, okay? And what they've done, they've sent out people and they employ people. And this is what this article I'm showing you right now. These are loads of articles about it, but I'm just explaining it to you so that you totally understand, understand, and overstand when I start showing you these people what is really going on here. Okay, this is not a situation whereby these are people just on Facebook or on Twitter or what have you, on social media. There is a pattern. Most of the time, these people conceal their identities. They have different names and they're not who they say they are. Sometimes they do show their face and they pretend to be a targeted individual in order to move amongst us. But really, these are two-faced, backstabbing, wicked people who basically, as soon as you turn your back, they'll spread lies and rumors about us so that we as victims, survivors, our voices, our cases don't go nowhere. We're kept in a stagnant situation with nobody to help us. Okay, that's the situation, and that's the game that's being played here. So okay, so what you have to understand, this 77th Brigade is part of the whole targeting operation, which has been employed by the UK, and it's globally. Okay, they have, basically the British Army 77th Brigade on social media. Okay, and it's worldwide. It's the British Army, but they're in India, they're all over, they're in America, they're everywhere, all over social media, especially if somebody is a genuine victim and they know that that person is a genuine victim. They'll come into play and they'll get to work smearing that person's name, as we saw was happening. But fortunately, there's some wonderful people who know that I'm genuine. I mean, there's enough evidence. You've got to be a fool. There's only two things that can happen. If you look at me and you see my evidence and you try to smear people and tell them that they are not seeing what they're actually seeing, means that you're on this brigade. You're part of this whole smear campaign operation, character assassination. That's what it's about, to divide and conquer people. It's being done to Brian Harvey. It's being done to Ambrose's mother, as we've just seen. Okay, it's being done to all over the place. Okay, you'll see people making nasty comments against people, and if they know that there's too many people that believe the person, like in my case, everybody knows that I'm genuine. Everybody knows there's enough evidence to establish who I am and what I've been through, so that they know that there is a big army of support, that I have a big army of support worldwide. So what they do is they do it covertly behind your back. So what they'll do, they'll shadow ban me. They'll create lots of other accounts, making it look like solutionaries. That's the other thing. And these people will be friends with them so that they will divert people onto these other pages. Meanwhile, they'll spread seeds of doubt in people's minds so that people who don't look too deeply into any evidence or anything like that, they'll just get on the bandwagon and start smearing you as well. And before you know it, that person is isolated, because isolation is the number one name of the game. They need us to be isolated. The last thing they want is for victims to be united. The last thing they want is for big cases, for Brian Harvey and my case to connect, Ambrose's mother's case, and all the different cases, Grenfell Tower. You know, they don't want any of this rising, because it means that they're going to have to face Nuremberg scale military cases. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about big scale cases for crimes that are on such a horrific scale against humanity. We're talking about slave trading, we're talking about human trafficking, we're talking about targeting people with electromagnetic weapons, we're talking about all kinds of atrocities that are only being carried out by satanic, evil, Luciferian psychopaths. And these people have completely taken over the mainstream media. So let's look again. They say that there's a highest number of females. So you'll see a lot of females are part of this thing. Okay, again, about, it's all British. It's all British. Psychological operations. This is a specialist unit that use psychological operations and social media to fight in the information age. Okay? So that's what we're talking about, psyops. We're talking about people that will go around and look for weak victims that are vulnerable and tell them a pack of lies in order to cover up what they're doing. Okay? So basically, as you see, it's warfare. It's warfare against victims, against vulnerable victims. They're on Facebook. They're all over the place. And we're talking about, they've got 1,500 strong formed units right across. Okay. And they started in April, I think it was 2015. Okay. British Army creates a team of Facebook warriors. Okay. And obviously, because we have the 7/7 bombings, and I'm exposing the 7/7 bombings, when this was flagged up to me, the 77th, again we see the same patterns emerging. Okay, what does the secretive 77th Brigade do? Okay, so this is why when we're looking at people like Q and QAnon, I don't know, people say they're two different entities. I have no idea about that. Anything that is done in secrecy, you know that this is something that is, you need to be very careful about. Stop following people that are in concealment, because more than likely these people will be involved in one way or another. They'll speak your language. They know people want justice. They know the scale of their crimes. So they're not going to start telling you something else, because they know there is a mass awakening. They know that. So they're going to speak in a language that they think you want to hear, like mass arrests are coming, this is coming, so that they can give people hope candy. You have to understand how these technicians work. They're strategists. They basically look at social engineering. It's all social engineering, okay? So when you see these people who are agent trolls on YouTube sounding off about all of our cases, or trying to spread fear and rumors and just a lot of crap, you know that there is more to it than meets the eye, okay? So let's come out of this for a second. I'll take you to something else. Okay, so this was the tweet that was sent to me about this character, Claire Bella, okay, Dudley Girl 179, okay. Obviously, as you can see, I blocked her. And she had sent this tweet to Ramola D after I came off the show. And it was early hours of the morning, because these people work very, very early hours of the morning, but so do I, and I spot these people. But there's a lot of people that are investigating what's going on and who these people are and who everybody is. Because at this point, everybody's suspect as far as I'm concerned. As I'm going to be watching every single person because I don't trust nobody. I trust the Most High. Okay? So there are people investigating all of who these people is. Now, this person had a mask on her face. It appears to be a female, but this person had a mask on her face, and the name was Claire Bella. Now, let's consider this for a second, because obviously YouTube has taken down the video for somebody who's got a fake identity, to protect somebody who's got a fake identity and a fake name. Okay? Dudley Girl. Okay? My name is my name. Okay? It's on all my official documents. That's my name. Okay? It's the same name that I use in the courts. It's the same name I use everywhere. Okay? Because it's my name. Okay? Now, these people come along with a mask on their face, but this is who YouTube is protecting. Okay? Ask yourself why YouTube will take the video down. This woman has been harassing me. She's harassing me. And I stood up for myself and I outed this nasty piece of work. Okay? And I let her know in no uncertain terms that we're onto her. Okay? So obviously she's gone and she's got YouTube to pull down the video. The reason I believe they've pulled down the video is because we busted them. Okay? These people are operatives. They're not genuine people. So let me show you something else. Let's see if I can pull it up. So now we see that this is the tweet, but she's made the tweet is unavailable now. Okay? She's not showing the tweet. She says, well, what have we got here then? Which is a very police type of statement, isn't it? Well, what have we got here then? That sounds very much like police speak to me. Okay? Now, this is what the YouTube is protecting. Okay? Protecting this person from being known as a perp troll agent, okay, of Satan. Okay, and we are rising up against this. We're rising up against evil. We don't want any more abuse, and we don't want any more murders. We don't want any more evil. We don't want any more false flags. We don't want any more harm to children. We don't want any more harm to anybody. This person obviously does. She wants that system of abuse to continue. Okay, this is why she's trying to smear me, because we are rising up as victims. So she doesn't want that. So what she was doing was working. There's probably a little crew of them or a big crew of them. We don't know, but they're all planted in, and I presume they're all part of this 77th Brigade. Okay. Let me show you something else that shows you why I believe that they're part of the 77th Brigade. Let's see, what's this one? What's this one? Not that one. 1 second, I have to find it. Okay, let me just find it. Okay, here we go. This was the actual tweet that she has blocked. Okay, she blocked her tweet and she blocked the fact that she had tweeted this to people. Okay, and so she, in this tweet, I've blocked this person as well, and I suggest that you block this person as well. Police covers up 7. Look at that carefully. Police covers up 7. Cover ups 7. Okay, this person, whoever this person is, this person was aware of me and is obviously part of the 77th Brigade, because they will know about my case. My case is one of the biggest cases in this filth and corruption, because it involves false flags and mass genocide, snuff movies being done, Grenfell Tower, 7/7 bombings, Charlie Hebdo, which means Charlie 7. You'll notice there's always going to be a 7 somewhere. Okay, now this person had tweeted, is this another? Okay, it got cut off, so I'm just finishing what I was saying. I just want to show you what's going on here. We have somebody, YouTuber, protecting a person who has no identity and no name, from somebody who is being actually abused. For 15 years, my mother's dead, my father's dead, my friends are dead, and no investigation in the UK. Okay, and this is how they managed to contain the fact that millions of us are being brutalized in this country. Okay, they feel that they can murder people now in broad daylight, like they did in Grenfell Tower, like they did in 7/7 bombings, like they've done in France and all over the place. Okay, this is a crime syndicate we're talking about. It's a criminal network, okay, who have their hands on deadly equipment which they're using on the masses, the ordinary people, Joe Public, like me and you. Okay, this is what's going on, and it's happening on an industrial scale. They want to keep this contained, and they don't want people to know what they're doing because it's against the Geneva Convention. These are crimes against humanity of the most monstrous proportions. Okay, you think they don't know this? Okay, so what they will do is that they'll send in the perpetrators, send in the infiltrators, send in the 77th Brigade. Okay, that's why we have police cover up 7 here. Okay, now one of the things that has been highlighted by the sister whose son has died is that she has not, she's got cover up after cover up in her case, and they're asking her to sign a petition. So that means you're petitioning the people who are covering it up. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense for you to be going to the people who are keeping this contained? It's all theatre. It's all lip service, okay? And they put my name here to make it look real or fake. I'm for real, okay? I don't need to justify myself to you. You need to justify yourself to the rest of us. You need to come forward and show us who you really are. Okay? Don't be putting my name on your bullshit. Put your own name there. Let people see who you really are, if you are genuine. Because genuine people don't need to be in concealment. Okay? All of us that are victims, you can see who we are. But these people who go around and spread this filth, you always notice that they're in hiding. They're concealed. Nobody knows who they really are. And they're the ones that are spreading and stirring up the discontent between people. They whisper into this person, and they sit back when everything is destroyed. It's done time and time again. That is the purpose of the 77th Brigade. Okay, so let me come out of here and I want to show you this. You need to watch this, because in this video I show you a live murder plot against me where they use microwave weapons, but somebody turns up in the building that I'm staying in, and they leave these microwave weapons, and one of them is live and it's a detonator. Okay, so this is what I'm dealing with. So when YouTube start dealing with anything to do with harassment and bullying, they need to see what is being done to me. Okay, they need to look at this evidence and see what is being done. This woman's family has been killed in a tower, and she is coming forward to say exactly what is happening, but instead of me being able to defend myself, they're protecting people who going around spreading my name in some dirty filth. On that score, YouTube, you're wrong. You're wrong, okay? It's her that you need to shut down. You need to shut down people that are dealing with any form of evil. I have a right to defend myself and make it be known to anybody. If you come at me, I will take you through the courts. I will take you through the courts, okay? And we'll do it en masse. Right now, all of these people are being investigated who they are. Not by the police, by the people, because we can't rely on the police anymore. There is no police for the people. All the police that are there are protecting the crime ring. So I wanted to show you progress. I want to show you for the fact that how we're being effective. And this video, by the way, that was last year, March 31st, 2017. Right? It says, news update, UK targeted female 7 and the 7-gate global satanic slave trading crime ring. That's what they deal with. They deal with human trafficking and slavery, okay? And it's going on an industrial scale. They're sipping champagne and pina coladas and baby's blood on everybody's backs and everybody's pain and everybody's suffering, okay? And they're getting away with it. But now that they see us rising, they're trying to send in their brigade to smear my name and whoever's name that they can smear. Okay, they want to smear me because they know I know the law. And that's the other thing that this person, Claire Dudley, tried to pull. In one of the threads, she was talking about, oh, free man on the land. That doesn't work in the current system. Who was talking about free man on the land? I don't deal with free man on the land. I deal with the law as it stands. I deal with statutes. Okay, because that's what is in the courts. We should be dealing with common law, but they've removed common law because it means that every case should be heard by a jury of our peers. Okay, not somebody who's a Freemason that is protecting the interests of people who are in this crime syndicate. No, every case should be heard by a jury of our peers. That's common law. But we're not in common law. We're in commercial law, maritime law, admiralty law. Most people are already hip to that. So don't come with this free man on the land. You see, what happened when I did Ramola's show, I was showing people how to do your own court case so that you can rise up individually. Everybody who's got a case, I was showing you, and I've got if you go to my channel here, Solutionaries Media Network, you will see very, very clearly that I made a video showing people how to do your own cases. That was a problem for them because I spoke about that on my show with Ramola, and I showed how you can take actions, and you should take action because everybody's talking about what can we do. These horrors are going on and people feel disempowered. Okay, as a solutionary and an empowered individual, I do not believe in being disempowered. There are things we can do. The law is there to answer us. Okay, so this person calling herself Claire, let's see her again. This person here, she wrote a stream of tweets to people trying to make it look like I was dealing with free man on the land. I don't deal with free man on the land, and she knows that. But she obviously got sent in because I was advocating, and I advocate for people to do their own cases, and I'm showing people how to do it, which is what is on Ramola's show. So they send this something into the equation. And obviously this person, they're working as a team. It's either one person with lots of identities or it's people working as a team as part of the brigade. So that's what's happening, okay? So let me move on. Okay, so this is an article from the Sun newspaper, which is published 2 days ago. And this is where I'm telling you that we are being effective. The Sun newspaper, thanks to Shane, he flagged up that the Sun newspaper had a front page article stating that there are millions of people in the UK being stalked because it's all part of this thing that they're doing. It's all part of the industrial scale targeting of the civilian population. I don't like that word civilian, the people population, because we're not slaves. Citizen is a slave. Subject is a slave. We're talking about we're sovereign people. So the innocent, hard-working members of the public living in the UK and all over the world are being stalked. And we are flagging it up in our campaign, in our hashtag campaign. No more abuse, no more evil. Power is the people's. So how they're subverting this campaign now is that they come in, the Sun newspaper ran this article and they said, oh, you know, they said with the dangers and, you know, they're trying to change the laws to toughen the laws about stalking. However, there are tons of laws about stalking. There's the Protection of Harassment Act, which is 1997. Okay, that protects you already against stalking. Okay, we also have trespass to the person. We have laws under tort. We have all different laws to protect us from stalking. We pay police to come in and arrest people when they abuse us in the way that we're being abused. But however, the problem is not about the law. The law already exists. Okay, just type in Protection of Harassment Act. Okay, they put this is what you call theatre production. They know that we're coming and they know that they're looking bad. So they want to make it look like, oh, we have to toughen the laws, as if the laws are not tough enough. The problem is that when you try to implement those laws, you are blocked. This is all theatre. This is what these newspapers are. Where's our cases? If these people, because obviously they're watching this campaign and they're getting very nervous. That's why they've sent in the trolls. Okay, that's why they've sent in their people to run a campaign, and they're telling you to sign the petition. They're asking victims to sign a petition which would allow the police to take action when there are hundreds of laws already that give the police the rights to take action. This is theatre. You're doing a petition to people who already know that this is happening, so why do you have to petition them? Why do we have to petition people who are already aware that this is happening? This is data gathering. That's what this is for. Let's see how many people are going to come forward, and we can put the operation onto you. Do not be getting involved in this. This is just, look, these people need to go. That's the beginning and the end of it. These people need to go. They're abusing our powers. Look, Prime Minister gave her full support to calls for new protection orders that will allow police to go to magistrates at the first hint of stalking. Do you think the police can't do that already? Look at this. Stop a stalker. This is on the back of our campaign. This is on the back of our campaign. So if you think that our campaign, #campaign, is not effective, you need to think again. Even if the numbers look low, we're giving these people diarrhea. We're giving these people some serious sleepless nights right now. And the more of you that come on board, the more we're going to actually start getting the results that we want. We don't need no more petitions. We don't need no more theatre productions, lip service. If the Sun newspaper is so concerned, okay, print my story tomorrow morning and let the people know that these criminals that you're telling that has stalked me for 15 years, that work for Murdoch or work with Murdoch and run all of the newspapers and control all of the news stories, including yours and Brian Harvey's. Print the truth about Brian Harvey tomorrow morning, that he's been abused for 21 years. Print the truth about 7, okay, and the 7/7 bombings and the terrorist domestic terror that I've lived with for the last 15 years. If you are genuinely concerned about the dangers, now check this out. When I first heard Sean flagging up this article, I went on to the website, I typed in about the stalking campaign, and it was there to see. When I went to record, it's been removed. It's been removed. They know that I'm looking, because it said the public are in danger. Look at this, King of Thieves. These are all about the crime ring. So they tell you stop stalking. They've got a campaign. Meanwhile, they're promoting in their theatre productions, in their movies, the real story that's going on, which is people that are thieving, pillaging, and abusing us, and they're murdering as a means of business. Okay, so don't be fooled by any of this stuff. We want these criminals out. That's what the campaign is. No more abuse and no more. It cut off, so I'm just going to continue my train of thought, because I need to show you this so that you can see for yourself. If these people genuinely care about us who are being stalked, and the article was it said danger, okay, that was the article that I saw, and it got pulled because I was making this video. Look at the search results. So if they've got a campaign for stalking, why, when you type it into their website, does it now say no search results? Because they've pulled it. Why have you pulled it? Because you're not genuine. That's why you've pulled it. You're not genuine. So if you're genuine, we're grateful that you're flagging this issue up. But the reality is, if you were genuine, you would start reporting the fact that there are millions of us being targeted by a crime syndicate in the UK, okay, that is globally on an industrial scale targeting innocent people, terrorizing us, domestically terrorizing us, torturing us, and murdering people in cold blood, okay? Just like you did in Grenfell Tower. Report on my case. Why have you not reported on my case if you're concerned about us who are being stalked and harassed? Okay? Why have you taken down my video of me defending myself against somebody who's smearing my name? Why have they taken down my video? Okay? Tomorrow morning, you print the story and tell the truth. Tell the truth about 7-7. Tell the truth about 7 versus Gossage and 9 others, and that I won my case. Apologize for what you've done to my family. Apologize and pay, and tell them to credit and pay me what they owe me for 15 years of trading my work internationally in 126 countries and not paying me a penny for it, and stalking me and trying to murder me in order to keep the money for themselves. If you are genuinely concerned about us who are being targeted and gang stalked on an industrial scale, you do that, and then we'll start believing in you. Until then, we're going to continue our campaign, because right now I'm calling out the bullshit. This is bullshit. Okay, this is trying to take people for fools. Okay, none of us are fools. That's what you have to understand. So let me show you how we know they're fools. They're taking us for fools. They are fools as well, but they're trying to take us for fools, and you need to understand that. Okay, now look at this now. Stalking ban. What are the new proposed laws? What are the proposed new stalking laws, in England and Wales, and how will protection orders help victims of harassment? Okay, it says, Home Secretary Amber Rudd said the protection orders being proposed are a practical solution for crime taking place right now. Let's see when this was. March 2017. The same time they tried to kill me inside my house. Same time. Okay, because actually I think they tried to kill me on the 28th of March, and I posted it up on the 31st, but it actually took place on the 28th of March 2017. So this is before Grenfell Tower. So this, again, we see the lip service, because it was going viral all around Facebook that they tried to kill this targeted harassment victim. They put up this, and this is the reaction. This is their reaction. This is how they stage manage the situation. Meanwhile, they give you the Operation Mockingbird, that thieves, king of thieves. Do you see that? This is the double speak that's going on here. So let's look at this now. This is another article. All of a sudden, we're talking about stalking again. The last time they talked about stalking was the last time we streamed it all over the web, what they were doing to me. Now we come with this campaign to stop the abuse and stop the evil. They're coming up with this one now. So this is the latest one. So every time we rise up against them, they give us a nice little news article to pacify the people. It's okay, we're going to take care of it. You can go back into your house now. Let's get a picture of the PM holding a folder to make her look very serious, like she's in court. She's going to court now. Let's make her look like she really is concerned about this issue. If you're concerned about the issue, why a year later has nothing been done? Why are we all still in the same situation? Answer that. Why have you got a petition rather than arrests of the criminals? Because most of us know exactly who's doing it. And it is the mainstream media. Okay? So this is how we talk about damage limitation. This is what they do, because they're taking you for fools. They know I'm no fool, but they know that you people out there don't know what's going on. So they're taking you for fools. Meanwhile, they're employing, look at all this mess. Meanwhile, they're employing a 77th Brigade to carry out the stalking. They're paying these people thousands and millions of pounds to carry it out with private security companies. Okay, so this is the mess that we're dealing with right now. Now, there is another video I want to show you. Let me see if I can pull it up. If you want to understand what is really going on, you need to listen to this interview with this man here. This man is ex-military, and he is from America, and he came to the UK, and where he lived for 12 years, and that's when his nightmare began. And this man is exposing that all of the harassment and the gang stalking and the targeting, not only is it being done to him, but it's being done on an industrial scale, and it's all coming from the UK. Listen to this interview. Get this interview, download it, upload it, whatever. But this is essential listening for anybody who's been gang stalked, or even if you're not and you want to understand what is really going on here. You need to listen to what this man is saying, okay? Because he's telling you the real for real what's really going down, okay? So, I want to show you some other things and then I'm going to sign out. Okay, this is part of the video where they tried to murder me, where they put that article about harassment, okay? Because there's always the reaction. When we show what's actually being done to us as a lip service operation to contain it, they will put their media into play to make it look like they're ever so concerned about the harassment, and we're dealing with it. Everybody go back to your hole now. Don't worry, leave it to us. We're all going to take care of it. Okay, so what you're looking at is the materials that they sent in a box, multitude of them, microwave materials, okay, in a box, left in the entrance of the place that I'm staying in, okay, in order to burn the place down. This was a terrorist attack, okay? Now, when you look at this video, that's me in the corridor because somebody came to visit me. Somebody came to visit me and they spotted the box in the entrance. And that's how I managed to survive that particular attack. Okay, so let me just come out of that. Wait a minute. I want to show you the actual box because you'll see some of these, what is in these boxes. They're live. They're live. Okay, so let me see if I can get into it. There you go. Can you see these boxes in the entrance? And one of them is live. Okay, you think I'm joking? One of them is live. And that box was at the bottom, buried at the bottom. Right, live. That was the detonator there. And all of these boxes that were left of microwave material were designed to blow the place up. And they left it in the entrance. Okay, so don't come and talk shit about me. Okay, don't go spreading lies about me. Okay, that's live. That was streamed live on Facebook. Okay, now I want to show you some other things. Okay, so this one now was on the 4th of August 2018. This is the building where I came to stay for safety. That has been burnt down. On the 4th of August, after I had put a video out showing that outside my house, they burnt that down. Okay, they burnt down the opposite where I live before Grenfell Tower. That was in 2013 on the 27th of February. It was live on Channel 4 News. They had 120 firefighters. Okay, this is outside of Grenfell Tower. Okay, so this bullshit has been going on a long time. All right, so what you're looking at there is a building which I believe they were carrying out their surveillance operation, because it's right quite very close. It backs up to the car park of the place that I'm staying. Okay, and this building, all of a sudden, since I've been going live on YouTube and going and bringing out my evidence, this place was burnt down. That was just a month ago, 4th of August. Okay, so when you hear people with their smear campaigns, you know that they've sent in their trolls. These are agents. These are not genuine people. Okay. Okay, so let me give you some more evidence for those people who want to put my name, or anybody who wants to lump me in some bullshit. Okay, let's look at evidence. These are people here pulling up in a van and pulling out the pipes outside my house, okay, to poison my water. There's my water coming out of the tap. I was in hiding because they were trying to murder me. So because they knew I was trapped in the building, they sent these guys. If you look, there's guys here. Whoops, on this side here. Whoops, it's going opposite. These right there. Oh, how can I show you? There, those are men. They put a barricade around this is outside my house. I'm on the 3rd floor looking down. You can just see these men are pulling up my water pipes to poison my water supply. Okay, this is my door where all the locks have been broken into. This is a reading. Whoops, if you can see it here. Am I on the right side? I'm on the wrong side. This side here. This is my house bugged. Okay? So don't come with no bullshit to me. Don't come with no bullshit to me. Okay? This is a bigger picture. You can see the damage done to my door to break into my house. My locks removed. My locks chiseled. My sockets removed in order for them to bug and break into my property constantly, repeatedly. This is why I'm staying somewhere else, and they burned that place down. Okay? All right, so let's look at this. Report on that, Sun newspaper. Report on that. That's what you need to report on. If you're genuine about harassment, start reporting on what's happening to me. And Ambrose, the cover-up of Ambrose, the cover-up of Brian Harvey, the cover-up of all the victims that are in the UK. Nilu Berry. I know case after case. Cor Grant, whose child died in the NHS. I know case after case of cover-ups. Okay, this is why they send that person in to try to smear my name, because they know that we've got hard evidence. Okay, so this is outside my house. This is how they roll. 7-7 Brigade, remember that? Now it's outside my house. Okay, they put the vans, and if you notice, it says 777 demolition. In other words, we're going to destroy you. Okay, you report on that. Report on that, Sun newspaper. This is a gadget that they've put outside my door, which is basically, again, you see 777. This is all to intimidate, all right? This is hacking, okay? This is hacking. When you talk about hacking, people talk about hacking. That's hacking. 2,989 hackers on my computers to steal my intellectual property. And this is being done on an industrial scale to me, okay? So don't say activists. I'm not an activist. I'm an ordinary person who's being harassed, who's being stalked, who's being terrorized domestically. So don't come with your bullshit, okay? And YouTube, you need to look at this evidence as well to see what's happening to me, okay? Now, look at this evidence. The police are fully aware that the whole country has been infiltrated by criminals. That's Scotland Yard saying it, not me. That's Scotland Yard telling you, okay? You want more evidence? This is a whole institution that they've created around me to steal my intellectual property on an industrial scale, okay? And they called it 77 Licensing Company. So they're stealing everything I'm doing and they're licensing it out, okay? That's harassment for 15 years. And then they're murdering people on the tubes. They're murdering people in Grenfell Tower. They're murdering people as well from all the money that they're raking in. That's harassment. That's genocide that we're talking about right now. So don't play with me. Don't play with me. You don't know me. Don't play with me. Don't put my name in your mouth. Let me show you more evidence. What does it say there? Jimmy Savile was part of a satanic ring. Where was this satanic ring operating? I'll show you where it was operating. It was operating inside the BBC. Okay? So don't come with no crap to me about anything. Do not put my name in your mouth. That's what I'm telling you. Okay? I'm not threatening nobody. I'm just warning people. Leave me alone. Don't put your name in my mouth. This is hard evidence. Where's this crime ring? It's in the BBC. It's the same people in the Seven Gate crime ring. Okay? These are the people that are behind all of it. All of it globally. Okay? They are behind GCHQ, NSA, security companies, and they're funding it by an operation where they're stealing intellectual property because that's the most money that you can get from anything. Intellectual property is part of the weightless economy. And it sells for millions, billions, and trillions around the world, okay? And that is why they want to keep it covered up and they want to keep it undercover because they think that we are their nice little slaves. Have a look at this. You want evidence? Slavery becomes big business in Britain. That's what we're talking about here, people. It's a slave trade. And they want to come with, we're going to find new stalking laws. Do you know how many stalking laws already exist? Why not start using some of those stalking laws instead of creating new ones? Use the ones that are already there and start arresting these people, and then we'll be good to go. Then we won't need to do campaigns where we get the whole global community to rise up against you, because that's what we're going to do, and we're going to continue doing it until you recognize that what you're doing to us is absolutely out of order. It's wrong, okay? So let me come again. Is your area the satanic capital of Britain? What does that tell you? And look at it carefully. All behind this demon is all the areas of London where they're operating. There's a demon. Can you see the demon? Right? So when you go in close, you see those are all areas of the United Kingdom. All right? All of the different areas. And they're showing you clearly that the whole place has taken over by these people. That's what this is. This means that the whole area. So when I say that this woman is a satanic witch, I'm not joking. All right? Let me give you more evidence. They give my name to a blonde girl to try to cover it up, that what they were doing to me, and they give her an album, Chasing Victory, a Not So Tragic Cover-Up. Doesn't that sound familiar? Police Cover-Up 7. Charlie 7, a Not So Tragic Cover-Up. You need to know who you're dealing with. You need to know what kind of people you're dealing with. Remember, it's Exhibit B, where they had a slavery exhibition. A slavery exhibition where they had black people in the window and everybody had to rise up because it was in the Barbican. This is what they're doing in real life. This is what they're doing. Why do you think they have so many movies about slavery? And who's funding these movies? It's the same crime ring. Rupert Murdoch, you'll see his name all over it. You want more evidence? Let me give you some more evidence. These are my medical records. Okay, and you'll see the dating backwards. All right, that's 2004. Harassment, ongoing, okay? Harassment, phones tapped. What's that date? 2004. All the way intellectual property plagiarized by broadcasters. Stress, own work plagiarized. Hair falling out and weight loss. Okay, what date was that? This 2003, okay? Don't tell me about evidence. Listen, I don't joke. I'm not a person to be messed about with. I said that to you. So don't come with your creepy crawly tactics. It's not going to work with me. Okay, so let me show you something. I was put on, when I did Ramola's show, I was telling people take proceedings in the court. And I made a video with Ramola, and I actually showed you how to take your own court proceedings, which they do not want you to do. They want you to rely on the police, and the police are going to keep it covered up and keep you in a state of stagnation, on a dead end. You're not going to get anywhere. But if you take action yourself, you're going to get somewhere, okay? That's why they're smearing my name. That's why they're trying to keep me away from people like Brian Harvey. They don't want us to connect. They don't want Ambrose's mother to connect with me. They don't want anybody who's victims genuinely in the UK. This is how they stage manage everything. This is my case. What does it say on there? It says breach of Protection of Harassment Act, breach of tort, okay, breach of Human Rights Act. This is my case currently. Stamped. Let me just cover my address. Okay. Stamped, sealed. 2017, September. A year ago. Yeah? And it's still running. Let me show you how devious these people are. Okay? And after this, I'm going to sign out. This is me after I took my case to the courts. What does it say? Upon considering the claimant's application in person against the housing association who is complicit in this operation, it is ordered judgment for the claimant, damages to be assessed. List of hearing to be available. What does it say? It says first available date before Master Davison, time approximately estimated at an hour. Okay, that's what you can achieve when you take these people on, you see, because they know I know the law. They sent some little perpin, some troll satanic agent to try to make it look like I'm making some free man on the land. I don't deal with free man on the land, okay? I know about all that stuff. I know about the straw man, but that's not what's in the court, so you're wasting your time. And she tried to twist it to try to make you not be empowered, because I'm empowering people and they're frightened of that. They're frightened of you rising, not just rising and going around with placard and asking for justice, doing petitions, going back to them. No, I'm telling them we want the criminals out. That's what the campaign is. We want you out. We want all the criminals who are terrorizing us to be out. So should I tell you what went on after that? The criminals went in and they blocked it. They blocked it. That's what happened. Okay? I should have been paid damages a year ago. And they blocked it. Okay? So don't tell me about no crap. This is my court case. This is my bundle. It's fit to the brim with evidence. Fit to the brim. This is not stage acting like Theresa May. This is real hardcore evidence. Okay? Right? I could spend another 2 years showing you evidence. Okay? So don't tell me I've got 15 years worth of evidence. See my name there? I'm not a joker. I don't play with people. Don't play with me. That's all I'm saying to people. Don't play with me. Don't spread my name. YouTube, you need to go to that person. Whoever you are, Claire Bella, and the protecting of the police cover-ups, I want a public apology. And I want all you people to demand that they publicly apologize to me and my family for what you've done. And I want you to apologize to Ambrose's mother for going to her and smearing my name. I want you to apologize publicly for what you've done if you're genuine. Let's see how genuine you are. Let's see. Block them. But even if they apologize, they're not coming back in, because you don't do that to people who are suffering. You don't do that. Okay? Don't play with me. Don't take me for a fool. These people see me and they think to themselves that people that are kind are weak. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Okay? You're underestimating me. Big mistake. This is Seven signing out. Much love, power to the people.